Hey, good Wednesday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with a severe weather update here on your June 25th, 2025. I want to make sure I give you guys an update of what we're expecting and the time frame of what we're expecting here with the severe thunderstorms. Obviously, we're going to be very hot today. Heat advisories are in effect. And when you've got this kind of heat and you throw in a little upper level disturbance to roll into that heat, you kind of set up the ingredients here for some severe weather. And it looks like that's going to be coming in, heading in for tonight. Most of today will be okay. So as we go and look at what's going on, this is the latest from Storm Prediction Center, and there'll be a new update on this a little bit later this morning. But generally looking at most of North Georgia here under a slight risk, get a little marginal risk up there across extreme northwest Georgia. Again, anything that pops, I think it's going to be fairly isolated and not too widespread. Some folks might see some hefty thunderstorms, and some folks may not here for today. The big threat's going to be the wind threat, the wind damaging threat. That's running about 15% in this area. Not worried about tornadoes. I'm not really worried about any hail. It's going to be strong gusty winds and probably a lot of lightning. Typically, when you've got this kind of heat and you get thunderstorms, you've got a very energized atmosphere. So that means a lot of lightning out there potentially heading in for tonight. So let's go and look at the satellite imagery here. What I'm watching, you can kind of get a little bit of those disturbances. We're right out here off the Carolina coast, and it's kind of drifting off in a westerly direction. So as this thing moves on in today with that, again, intense daytime heating, we're going to have plenty of fuel out there to kind of get these things going. Now, right now, it's looking fairly quiet. We still got high pressure here in control across the southeast, but it's starting to give way. It's very, very muggy out there. And again, everybody's highs this afternoon will be once again into the middle to upper 90s. So again, a tremendous amount of fuel energy available. So to kind of illustrate this point, I want to go ahead and show you the latest model data here. This is the latest high resolution model data. And I wanted to show you guys the fuel. This is a snapshot around 8 o'clock tonight. And whenever you see purple on this chart showing up like this, you know you've got some very high octane fuel in here. Just to give you an example of just how intense this stuff is, it is very, very high indeed. I'm seeing here 5,000, that's very, very high. 3,700, 3,400. You got very high across over here in Alabama, but we'll be watching this disturbance as it rolls in out of the Carolinas and into Georgia coming into tonight. So I think the time window for this is going to be between 7 and 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the way the current models are looking at. Now, this high resolution model, this is the 10Z run. It goes for about 16 hours. So these things update, every hour. All right. So throughout the day today, we're looking pretty quiet. We're not expecting anything to be too much in the way of problems here until we get to the evening hours. We're going to be what they call capped for most of the day. We're going to have a little warm layer above so that column of air can't rise, can't get a thunderstorm. But as the atmosphere cools down a little bit, as we go into the evening hours, we'll pop that cap. It's like an explosion of a soda bottle going off. We'll see these thunderstorms start to go off. So you see a few of these as we head toward the 6 o'clock hour. Again, that timestamp right there in that upper right-hand corner, you kind of see what's going on there. But you see some of these thunderstorms back here across the Carolinas they'll be watching. Georgia looking okay for the moment. But as we go into the evening hours, again, past 6 o'clock. So 6, here's 7. You're getting some across North Georgia. There's 8. You're getting some right there near Metro Atlanta. Again, I think these will be spotty. You notice how spotty these things are, okay? You got a little bit more here over the Carolinas as that disturbance rides on in. And as I take this up till 10 o'clock, you'll see it's starting to move into Georgia here. So we got some pretty good intense sails here near Metro Atlanta, down near the LaGrange area, coming in from Athens down toward Augusta, a little cluster of storms there as well. So we've got multiple storm chances here. Again, some folks will see something and some won't. But those that will see probably very intense thunderstorms, some very gusty winds nearing 60 miles per hour. Some brief heavy rains. I don't think these things will be moving all that fast either. So maybe some isolated flooding potentially there. And then obviously intense lightning. So again, we had a lightning strike yesterday in South Carolina and there were 18 people injured. They were out on a lake. So these will be coming at night, but you darn sure don't want to be outside if you get underneath one of these hefty thunderstorms again this time of year. So let's go ahead and recap this once again here for today, as again we're looking at a very intense area of thunderstorms potentially here for this afternoon. Okay, so we're looking at, again, that slight risk. Let me switch this back over to the category here. There you go. Everybody in that yellow coming out of the Carolinas and across a big chunk of Georgia going into Alabama. And again, that time window looks like, again, after 6 o'clock and going to about 2 in the morning, kind of in that 8-hour range in there. So again, just do yourself a favor today. If you have any lawn furniture outside, you may want to make sure that the umbrellas are down. Make sure you bring the trash cans in. Again, this won't be anything that's going to be too widespread, but if you do get underneath one of these hefty thunderstorms, you're definitely going to notice it, and you're going to feel it for sure. All right, that is your severe weather update here for this morning. You guys take it easy. We'll see you again later this afternoon with your local update, your full forecast update a little bit later today. All right, you guys take it easy. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.